health and the social services are much more connected. And you'll be hearing a little bit about how Gert and his team have put together a really fascinating and well joined up system to help people stay connected and stay living independently in the community longer and more effectively. So with that, I'll turn it.
Thank you very much, Stephen. Actually, I'm very happy to be here. I think we also really want to join the AG 2.0 team to set up in Belgium and Netherlands, so we're really happy about that. So let me actually first start introducing myself. So I'm Geert, indeed. So I live in Belgium, but we founded also 3 months ago the American company here, because actually our market is very small. We in Belgium, I don't know if people know Belgium here, but maybe from the chocolate and the beer and not the bar. We only have 6 million Dutch-speaking people. So I'm Dutch-speaking. 6 million, it's really too small. And I'm very jealous of all of you, because you have this big, great ecosystem of technology, money, and so on. That is really crazy for us. And actually, that's the reason we moved also here. So let me spend some more words on the healthcare system very shortly, because it's completely different from the one that you have. We pay a lot of taxes, actually among the highest in the world. And with these taxes, the government is equally dividing all the wealth, so it's more a social system in healthcare. So even poor people has a very good healthcare service, very good healthcare services actually. But what we see now, due to the crisis, and due to the aging and so on, is that model is very under pressure. So there is we have a lot of problems to pay that actually. And actually we see as well that the government is still thinking about, yeah, how can we do that by just keep people aging in place? Because care, so what you call assisted living, skilled nursing, we just stopped that. So we really want that people stay as long as possible in their own home. So self-management, self-care, community care, integrated care are things we do already for a couple of years, decades and so on. And actually we believe in these Western Europe countries that these things like community care and so on really are the foundations for a healthy life as long as possible. And what we see as well is that you have very nice companies. I think you had a look at them today, like Lively, you have Stitch, you have Lift Hero. Yeah, that's it. Very nice things. But what we did in Europe is the government did a big project, handing over 30,000 iPads to elderly. Because they know when we give the iPad and they can age in place, we can reduce the costs actually in the end of the healthcare system. And with all this thing with the iPads and so on, technology aging in place coming on, we see as well that we definitely need a more integrated approach of all these different technologies, because you have nice things, but it's still not really integrated, and that's what we definitely need as well. And therefore we build a platform, software platform to really doing that. And you see on top of that some of these examples there. And we still struggle with the digital divide, because we have a lot of elderly people even not seeing a PC in their life, and they want a very easy to use interface if they want to use all these kind of things. And therefore this cloud platform, which we call Cubigo, is in place to integrate all these things with open APIs and so on, and provide it in a very easy to use interface, which is device agnostic, which has a great user experience, and where really elderly people don't feel old with, but really think, yeah, we are also with technology, and we can help ourselves actually with that. And that's a very big promise, of course. And what you see here is actually how our distribution model is working. So we also go via home care organizations and so on, because it's very hard to go directly to the end user with this. And actually there is a lot of value, of course, for these home care organizations. I think you all struggle with the fact that even integrating from a technological perspective is very hard. In Belgium we don't have the big IT departments at the home care organizations, so you need to provide an integration model for them. And you can also aggregate and validate all these kinds of services, apps, websites, sensors and so on, to provide them via a care organization to an end user. And of course, when you have this integration model ready, you have all the data. and you cannot put on top of that this analytics layer. But everybody's talking about analytics and big, small data, or big data, small data, and so on. But in the end, you first need to integrate all this. Otherwise, there is no analytics possible. And actually, I don't want to give a long presentation here. I just want to show live here on stage 5 killer apps, what we launched in a couple of years, I think 3 years from now, yeah, which are really working and which are really used to keep people longer at home, to age in place. I want to show you here on the laptop. So first of all, I will open the web browser. So here you have it. So as I said, these cubes you see, actually we call them cubes, are integrated services from all over the world, and are provided here in a very easy to use uniform interface. And for example, you see there the button emergency call, which is connected to a call center in the Netherlands. And when I push this button, an alarm is sent now to this emergency room. And this can also be connected to medication reminders. So you get a medication reminder, you say I need help for that, or I don't do anything, so I've not seen it, for example. Then in 30 seconds or in about a minute, these guys will call the elderly up and say, okay, what's going on? Can we help you? Can we support you with something? So it can take a while, but it will come. So, and the next thing I will show you is My Vitality here. I don't know if you know the product. Oh, there it is. Hallo.
Goedenavond, welzijnsleutels.
Ja, goedenavond. Ja, ik zie je niet zo goed. Misschien moet je camera een beetje... Yeah, I'm talking to... Sorry. I don't see you very well. Maybe you have to put down the camera a little bit. And also, yeah, the quality is not so good, but... Kan je mij horen?
Ja, ik hoor je.
Yeah, there is no emergency or so. It's just a demo. We are live actually for around 250 people. Sorry to... Oh, there you are, yeah. Well, sorry to disturb you, actually. This is not an emergency, don't send someone, but this is just a demo.
Oh, okay.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Yeah. You have to know, this is 9 hours later. This is in the middle of the night. Maybe she was actually asleep, I don't know. Sorry for her. Well, she's in the Netherlands. She's in Amsterdam. So, yeah. I was already going to the next one, which is a Wittings weight scale. I don't know if you know it. It's a weight scale. You can go on via Wi-Fi. It's sending the weight and also blood pressure meters and so on to the internet. We integrate that as well, also integrated into home care systems. And actually, next thing I want to show are really 2 very, very nice products I saw here. I've combined them, integrated them on a hardware level already. This is Sabi, which is one of the companies we've seen today, and this is Lively from the guys over there. And I stick them together, so this is how it works in real life. And when I take my medicine, I would put my microphone down for a while. I would do it like this. So I open the box, I take the medicine, like this. Okay. And Lively sensor, the Lively hub, is right behind the door, because we need the signal from the cell phone. And via the backend of Lively, we integrate this data into our platform. And actually, we put this data about the activity of the elderly also in that home care system, like you have here, Clear Care and so on, all the electronic records. And they can do a lot of nice, cool stuff with this data. Right. Let's go to the next. Oh, there it is. So medication was taken. All right. There it is. And you see here, this is a number 1, that means there is a new message. This is a care notebook. This care notebook is actually to coordinate the care, so it's shared with the family, it's shared with the nurse, with the doctor, and with the care provider. And when you click on it and you click on medication, you see that there is a new message. Medication taken. Yeah, there is something wrong with the time zone, I think. So 11:35. That's actually the time in the Netherlands and Belgium, right? 9 hours later. All right, so I have 2 examples left. One is the landelijke thuiszorg. Sorry for this. This is in Dutch, but I will explain you. This is a home care organization. And we linked our backend with the ERP system of this organization. And I mentioned already ClearCare. I think guys are in here. This is the ClearCare in Belgium. So I did probably too much medication, or I made the wrong movements, but they're coming in now. So I have here a planning tool. So this is used by the elderly himself, and he sees here live when the care provider is passing by. So it's 8 o'clock, and when there is change in the morning, for example, the care provider is ill, and they have to send someone else, you get an immediate feedback, a push notification via the system, saying, yeah, there will be someone else, this is the picture, don't be afraid to open the door when she's there. And you can even see that she's, for example, 2 hours later, saying, oh, I go for a walk for 2 hours. I don't wait in my house for the care provider to come. And actually what you see here is going from paper to digital, because the past things, the registered care, you can ask here live, via the ERP system, and the invoice is here. So this is the digital invoice, which shows you, and this is also used a lot, it's a killer app for informal caregivers, for the children. They can control, they can check whether it's really happening what they promised. Yeah. I have to say about this application, this is used by 15,000 people. They have 15,000 clients, and they save €6, so that's $9 per month by not sending the planning, sending the invoice via paper, but just do it digitally. So 15,000 multiply with $9. And then a final one I want to share with you, because it's a very, you would say, strange service, I think, for the US. But they do it in Belgium. This one here. This is bpost. And bpost is the Belgian postal service. It's not yet given out of the hands of the government. I don't know the word, but it's still owned by the government. And these guys, they see their paper mail going down, of course, due to email and so on. So they really disrupted the model and say, yeah, we have a lot of postal guys in the streets, and we will use them for something else. Let's use them to deliver groceries of different shops to elderly people. So what you see here is based on your postal code in your surroundings. So this is part of this community as well. You see different shops. This is a supermarket, has 5,000 products in his store. And I will search for chocolate, because you all know that from us. So you have chocolate here. I say I want to order. And of course this is also for meals and things that are more appropriate for elderly. I add this to the shopping cart. And when I go to the shopping cart and say I want to place my order, you will see you get a message from the shop. And here, down here, you have the delivery. And this is automatically coming out of the ERP system of the postal guys. We get the different dates that the postal guy is in your vicinity, picking up the groceries at the supermarket. You can even add the bakery store, the flower shop. They pick it up, consolidate, bring it together, and deliver it at your home. And only by this service, and then I stop, we see also an isolation and a loneliness reduction thing. So what happened is that the informal caregivers, the children, the family, they also use this tool online from the office to order also not only the groceries from the parents, but also from themselves. And they all are delivered at parents' home. You have to know Belgium is small, so we live near each other. Sometimes here it's more difficult, I know that. But instead, after office time, instead of going to all the shops to do my shopping, I go to my parents, pick up my groceries, which are already there, because they are at home, and I spend the time not on the waiting lines of the shops, I spend them on social contact with my parents. And that's really cool, of course, because you don't keep them at home by the groceries, which are very important, but also by reduction of the loneliness by social contact. So this is what I want to share with you. We launch very soon in June, actually in Silicon Valley here with the services. And we are really happy to find partners to want to integrate into our platform, and home care organizations that want to work with us on delivering this promise also here to the people. Thank you very much.